Let me tell you why I think this is a bad purchase for Sony. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Before we dive deep into the video, make sure to comment down below, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and then hit that notification bell to stay up to date with the newest and most hottest channel in all of YouTube. P.S. Stick to the end of the video to see the meme of the week. Welcome to Bro7 Talks. My name is Brandon Rock7, but you can call me Bro7. This topic of today's video is Sony purchasing Bungie. Now, this is a topic I have been waiting to cover for such a long time, and that is mainly due to the Microsoft buying Activision debacle that's happened lately. So, what can I say about Bungie that I can't say about Activision? Well, Bungie made Halo. That's it. That's really the only thing that they got on Activision. So, let me tell you why I think this is a bad purchase for Sony, and let me tell you why I think it is a good purchase for Sony. Now, let's start off with the good. The good thing is, it's Bungie. They did Halo. They did Destiny. I guess Destiny's successful, but Halo, they did Halo. Halo was the big dog. It was their creation. It was their baby, and they ended up leaving that baby on a fire station step at the age of 17. So, what have they done since Halo? Well, they made Destiny. They made Destiny 2. They made DLC for both. That's all they done. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a lot considering they left after Reach, which was almost 12, maybe 13 years ago. But, I mean, they made Destiny. All jokes aside, you gotta think of this from my perspective. I own every single console. I play on PC, I play on Switch, I play on PlayStation 5, I play on Xbox Series X and S. At the end of the day, I like playing games. And games that are fun are the ones I generally play. And I didn't like Destiny. I didn't like the first one. I didn't like the second one. I don't like any of the DLCs. And I still don't like it even if it's free to play. I never got into Destiny. I tried it. Hated it, never picked it up again. And as far as I'm concerned, I literally just saw it as the love child of Halo and Borderlands and did it worse than both those games ever did. So back to the positives, they made Halo. They made Destiny. They make a lot of money. So those are the positives. And no offense to any fans of Destiny or anything like that. I don't like the game. I don't like the mechanics. I don't like the way the game's played. I don't like the story even. It just feels like they're trying to be Halo, but with a Borderlands feel to it. I think a lot of people can see that when they think about it. But this is the problem I have with this purchase. Now, you could argue Destiny's a good or a bad game, or if it's worth the money. Regardless, Microsoft bought Activision. Microsoft bought Bethesda. What does Bethesda have that Bungie doesn't have? A company with more than 2 games. What is Activision, and what did they have that Bungie doesn't have? More than 2 games. A hell of a lot more than 2 games. A shit ton more than 2 games. They have so many different franchises with more than 2 games an individual series than Bungie has series. Now, Bungie owns a couple properties, I think. Don't quote me on this, but they own a couple of games back in the 90s. Now, whether they published them, just made them, or owned them, I'm not quite sure. You can do the research on that part there. They're way too old for me to even care about. But my point is this. Let's say they got those properties that have not been touched since the 90s, early 90s, if that. All they had was Destiny. Now, I think Bethesda was bought for what, $9 billion? $7.5 billion, it turns out, is what Microsoft paid for Bethesda. That's pretty much double what Sony paid for 2 games. Okay, what does Bethesda have? Doom, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Starfield, Quake, Commander Keen, the list goes on. They own a lot of games, a lot of IPs, a lot of games that sell and make a lot of money. Microsoft has become a company that has recently done a complete 180. In fact, they've gone light years ahead of where they were with the Xbox One launch, and they've actually been more consumer friendly than any other company I've ever seen in gaming history. Gotten to the point where the customer service is great, the consoles are great, the games are great, the value is great, and the policies are great. So, at the end of the day, you can look at it like this. Sony bought the company that made Halo. Microsoft owns Halo. You could think of it as a middle finger to Microsoft. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about the middle finger. It's about the fact that you just spent that money. And mind yourself, Sony is a media company. They make money off movies. They make money off of electronics. Microsoft makes that money asleep in their bed, passed out. They make what Sony makes in a year in a month. They have so much money, in fact, that they don't need to beat the competition. They don't need to outsell it. They just gotta buy it. They just gotta give you what I can only assume is a cut on cost and win the competition. Clearly, if you're buying lemonade from two different stands, one is $1.50 and the other one is 15 cents, as long as you pay $5 a year to get the premium membership, you're probably gonna get the one that's $5 a year. So it stands to reason that Sony buying Bungie isn't going to do shit. In fact, they don't have the money Microsoft has. So they just blew away $4 billion. $4 billion to them is like probably $100 billion to Microsoft. It's nothing. It's petty change. And they just spent that on a company that owns two games, one that doesn't even really get played anymore, and the other one that is free to play. Buy the DLCs, but they're still not $60. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you gotta look at it like this. Sony players, and I'm sure you'll voice your opinions in the comments. Sony players, you're gonna be paying $70 for the next Call of Duty, right? I have Game Pass. I'm gonna get it in my Game Pass, which I'm using to play Doom Eternal right now. But I'm gonna get the new Call of Duty included. So even though I'm only getting it for Doom Eternal, I'm getting Call of Duty for free. So I might as well just download it and play it. It's brand new after all. The same thing goes with the new Bethesda game, if it comes out multi-platform. Same goes with older Call of Duty games that might come out on Game Pass. Same thing goes for almost any game that comes out on PlayStation and Xbox that's owned by Activision or Bethesda or God knows who, or God knows who else, or God knows what other games. Sony has even gone as far as to say they're going to keep the game multi-platform, which to me makes no sense at all. How are you trying to win the war here? How are you trying to drive players up? You're charging them more for the same thing. And you're not just charging them more, you're charging them so much more. Comparing $15 a month, let's say Call of Duty, right? Some people play it for like a month and they stop. Okay, fair enough. You get your money's worth for a month. Even if you don't like the Call of Duty, you'll play it for a month. You know, I have friends that do that. I do that sometimes. I'm guilty of doing that with like the latest Call of Duty, just playing it for a month and not touching it. So Sony players, I have one question to ask you. Is it worth buying the $500 console, then paying $70 for a game, and then looking at the Xbox player who has a same priced or equally priced console, who got the game for free for the service they've been paying for other games? Tell me. Can you do that every year? Can you spend an extra $55 a year just doing that? The choice is yours. I'm not saying the PS5 is a bad console. It's a great console. It's huge, but great console. Just the Game Pass destroys everything, especially to the digital buyers. I know there's not a lot of physical fans out there, but the $400 digital-only PlayStation 5, when you compare that to the Series S, and you compare that to the Game Pass, there's almost no reason to get a PS5 digital. It's pointless. But that's just my opinion. And I'm sure you guys have opinions too, so I'd love to hear them. Please post them down below in the comment section. And hey, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, then dislike it. But if you're gonna do that, please tell me why down below. Now, I don't want you guys to mark out and start defending Xbox, PlayStation, and God forbid we get a couple Switch players in there. Just tell me why you feel the way you feel, and we'll start a conversation down below. Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to stick around for the meme of the week. The meme of the week.
I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. Unless you pay me, of course. No, Bungie, please. We can work this out, I promise. I think we can work this out, eh, Bungie? Well, Microsoft? I just spent all my money on Activision and Blizzard. Checkmate, Microsoft. Well, I guess it settles it then. Yes, come here, Bungie. You're finally mine now. What about everything we've done together in the past? What about Halo? What about Halo? Boss, it's okay. We still own Halo. Wait, what? Yeah, we've owned the rights to Halo for like 10 years. Oh, that's not too bad. What games do you guys make now anyway? Destiny, Destiny 2, that's pretty much it. Oh, well, we'll miss you, Bungie. Hey, Nintendo, you still don't want to be bought out, huh? Dang it, I thought we had him there.